I was thinking about all this is a section of a Roman column right here, and I was thinking about, I made them and I gave them a little bit of curve to loft your eyes to this primary line on the piece. I'm thinking about toughness, great warriors, the tank of the ancient battlefield, an armored horse with a soldier on top, a soldier who's fighting with spear and sword. I'm thinking about these lines, and I'm thinking about how do I apply it to the modern battlefield, the modern warrior. And I wanted to get them a knife that had the width, really, when they poked somebody, if they did, it would be one of these, it would be like a catastrophic event for the guy who got stabbed by it. I also still needed to make an implement that would cut really well. I oversized the knife at 190. I did that originally because I thought it would be easier, and I've just stuck with it ever since. So if you ever mic one of our knives, they're going to be 190, not 1875. You can always tell a knockoff, although at the time I never thought I'd be knocked off. So all of this has no effect on the lovely edge down here that does the cutting work. But I wanted there to be enough material here that you could wedge into a door in an Afghan village and pry the door and pop it open. I want you to be able to pry into a trunk locker in the back of a room that you're searching. I want you to be able to pop open a closet, a jammed shut closet door. I want you to be able to open a jammed side of a cabinet you think stuff's hidden in. I put this heavy jimping on the top. I had never seen jimping that heavy before. I did this heavy jimping because warfighters wear gloves, and when you're wearing gloves to protect your hands from the scuffing and banging that goes on, you don't have that immediate fingertip tactile sensibility. So by having these here, a guy with gloves on, through his gloves, could index the knife and make sure the edge is away from him for whatever he was up to. So I wanted to make a knife that had good purchase around everywhere. And then since I was making a folder and I couldn't put a big old hilt on it, I wanted to put a ramp here that may ergonomically seem a little bit like an impediment to sinking your finger in really deeply to the knife, but the whole wedge engages your hand in such a way that it acts like a hilt. I went with a frame lock style knife because when you're doing hard work, you're holding onto your knife really hard, and the weaknesses of a frame lock are greatly diminished during hard use, because during hard use you're engaging the lock even harder and harder. So we've got jimping on the top, we've got texturing on the front, we've got a hook on the bottom, we've got a breaker that just pokes out of the hand. I mean, that's not an accident that it sticks out that far, you guys. The whole style of my company around 1/4-inch pins and 1/4-inch spacers and oversized screws and oversized pivots and oversized widths and thicknesses, it was all geared around ruggedness and toughness. Remember, when you're making a knife design, there's a couple ways to make it tough, right? One's metallurgy, two is geometry. Just have more of it there. As you work your way up a blade, it doesn't stop you from slicing down into things, but it braces what is there really, really well for heavy, heavy work. All of these things were informed by a pragmatism in a war theater where you don't have lots of tools and you can't do lots of cleaning and don't have lots of time, and you're always low on sleep and you need to rely on your tools, and you've got to be able to wash stuff off in a bucket of water and get on down the road the next day. Everything about this knife was informed by that.